Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the SU-100M1. It's the Soviet Tier 7 tank destroyer, and it's located on the north spawn of Ensk under the command of FendaBenda. Well, this vehicle is a development of the T-3485. It's actually basically a T-3485 turned around with the gun pointing backwards, you could say, because the crew compartment and the gun are located at the back, and that's where the armour is weakest. If anybody fires into the front, they've got to go through the engine before they can get to the crew, and battle has commenced. Now, it's armed with the 100mm gun, with alpha damage 250, penetration 212. We've got a Leopard and a Tiger 1 up front. And that Leopard is tempting fate. Okay, well, he missed on that shot. 7:34 is the reload time. The Leopard's going to get the hit this time. Yes, he does. 229. Next shot will see him out the game. And he's bouncing rounds already. The Leopard's been killed. And he puts one into the AMX-12 for 261 high roll. But he did get some penetrations there from the Panther. Puts a round back into him for 264. That's a high roll. The Panther needs to get out of there. He's in danger. And yep, gets another round into him, 275. You can see they're all retreating before that 100mm gun. And rounds are bouncing off him. And he puts a round into the AMX-12 ton. That's a high roll, 270, and he's down. You see how powerful this gun is. Oh, took a round in the side there from the Jagdpanzer 4. And he's been ammo-racked and stunned by the enemy Arty. He's going to have to move. Needs to get into cover. Takes another round from the Jagdpanzer. Again, I think this went in through the side. Yeah, it went in through the side. I think it went through the tracks. Okay, there is the enemy Arty up ahead. It's a Gorilla, and he's near the Panther. Okay, there's the M44 as well. That's why he got stunned. So he's going to take out the Jagdpanzer 4. And 231 off him. He's a one-shot now. And he's dead. The Tiger's just around the corner. The M44's just got hit. So he got spotting damage on that. Going to fire through the vehicle and almost loaded. Now he's loaded. Puts a round into the Tiger. 271 high roll. This is really good. He's forward fighting with this SU-100. He's not sitting at the back. He's actually going up front and hitting them hard. Using that armour to its best effect. Goes round the corner and puts a round into the Tiger. It's an average roll, 250, but he's got the high caliber now. He needs to stay alive though. He's down to 27 hit points. They've got a 5 tank advantage. Let the others do some of the workload now. There's a Poodle around the corner, which is basically a Panther in disguise. And he's taken a lot of damage, and he's gone. He's been killed. They're just cleaning up now. There's only 5 enemy remaining. Now, Panther over there is the same one he fired at before. You can fire through destructive objects to get him. And not through that though, because that's a railway carriage. You have to go round those. Okay, he's got that. Okay, he's loaded. Now, this is an encounter battle, and I forgot that. So, everyone's now heading towards the cap. And the enemy really is in a pretty poor state. There's only 5 left. There's a 25 ton going down the west side of the map. We'll probably see him go through that gap between the buildings. Oh, no, he's stopped because he's been encircled. And he's dead. That means there is only 2 enemies remaining, an E25 and a Skoda T25. Everybody piles into the cap to force them to come to the cap. Or are they going for the kill? I think they're going for the kill. And this is very brave of FendaBenda because he's got virtually no hit points left. He really ought to stay in this cap because if he tries to take them on, he could actually end up getting killed. Now, only one remains, the Skoda. The E25 went down to our Eagle 7, and that's game. We've won. So, very well played by FendaBenda, right at the front with his TD. Instead of sitting at the back in a bush, he went up and got them. And here's the end of battle result. It's a second class tanker for FendaBenda in the SU-100M1. You can see it's the first time he actually got a second class because it's got the scroll underneath. He also managed to get a shell proof for blocking more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, a fire for effect for dealing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, a Spartan for ending the battle having survived a ricochet with less than 10% of his hit points left, a steel wall for blocking or surviving at least 11 shots, surviving the battle and blocking or receiving at least 1,000 hit points of damage. And lastly, he got the high caliber. He dealt the most damage in the battle overall, and the win rate for his battle was 2,515, so it's very high. Let's have a look at team score. Well, there you go. High caliber, 2,051 hit points. The next highest scorer was the Eagle 7 with 1,313. Then the M4 with 1,261. The best on the enemy team was that Jagdpanzer, who managed to score 2 hits through FendaBenda's side. He managed to get 1,128 hit points of damage, and some of that belonged to FendaBenda. When it came to kills, well, FendaBenda didn't get any kills whatsoever, but he did do a lot of damage to the enemy and enabled his teammates to get the kills. The highest scorer was the M4. He managed to get 4 kills and picked up a Leversleo's medal. And then we've got the T-3485 who got 3, and there's a whole bunch of other tanks who managed to get 2 kills. And the highest score on the enemy team was the Skoda T-25, the one that survived until the end. He got 2 kills. When it came to base XP, it was the M4 again who managed to get the highest amount, 922. Then FendaBenda came second with 822, then the Eagle 7 with 766. FendaBenda fired 11 rounds in that battle. He got 8 direct hits, 8 penetration, damage of 2,051 hit points, all at close range. He received 17 hits from the enemy, 17, and only 4 of them were penetrations, and those only went through because he actually showed his side to the enemy when he was trying to charge into that yard. He did get hit once in the front. I think that was from the Jagdpanther, or was it from the Panther? But it was the 2 shots that hit him from the side that did the most damage, actually. But majority of the hits that actually hit him, they either went into the tracks or they hit the armor and they just bounced off. So shows the survival characteristics of the SU-100M1. He received block damage of 2,310 hit points during that battle. He spotted 2 enemy vehicles. I think that was both of the enemy Arty. Damaged 5 of the enemy, killed 0 of them. And he did damage assistance of 829 hit points. He also managed to get 11 capture points whilst he was sitting in the cap. On a standard account, he earned 24,033 credits, and after repair, ammunition resupply and consumables, took away 12,043 credits. He got 2 bonds for getting the high caliber and for getting the steel wall, and he also earned 822 base XP, 411 for mission completion, 822 for personal reserves, bringing up a total 2,055 experience points altogether. So a particularly good round there for FendaBenda in the SU-100, and shows why you should get this tier 7 tank destroyer, because when you've got the front to the enemy, it can be terribly difficult for them to kill you, plus you've got that 100mm gun to fire back at them, and that can be very, very dangerous to them. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.